Is Knob Creek 21 worth that high price tag it asked for? Let's try it out against its younger brothers. Okay, Mike here from Matt Chase and Berber 1987. So today we got a Knob Creek blind. So we're going to blind them all. All of them, Knob Creek, all of them coming in at 100 proof. All of them, I think, with the same mash bill. When I look online, maybe it's a little confusing. Maybe the 21 and the 12 have 2% less corn and 2% more marlow barley, or maybe they have the same. If they have different mash bills, it's minimal. I picked these 5. I stayed away from any barrel selects. I stayed away from any barrel proofs because I didn't want that proof to skew anything. This is just going to be about pure age. Okay, is the age going to be worth the cost? You're talking everything from the 9-year coming in at $35 to the 21-year. I mean, they're asking for $250, although most stores already fell flat on that. They're selling those things for closer to $200. So let's go through. Let's see what we got. So we got the 9-year. Again, everything's 100 proof. You have the 12-year. You have the 15. You have the 15, the 18, and the 21. These were all blind poured. I don't know which is which. The answer is on the bottom of the glass, which I can't see. When I go to edit the video later, I'll put in the video, which is which, as I'm tasting them, just to help you follow along, so you won't have to wait till the end, so you could see. I'm gonna rank them, which one I like the most, which one I like the least, and then I'll hopefully not make a total fool out of myself and pick which one is which. Again, just because the 21-year costs $250 doesn't mean I'm gonna like that over the 9-year. So I have no skin in this game. This is Jim Beam Distillery. Not one of my favorite distilleries. Not one. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. You know, this, if it was Buffalo Trace and we were doing Eagle Rare blinds, I'd be a little more upset if I couldn't pick out which was which. So, like I said, same mash bill or almost identical. Same proof. So age is going to make the difference. So let's blind them. Let's see which one we like the most. We'll start my left to right, camera right to left. We're going to start with red, go down to green, take a minute, refresh, go back green to red. While we're going back green to red, I'll just be moving them a little forward and backwards for my sake, just to see which ones I like more. Then I'll actually reline them up and put them in the color order I like them most. Maybe go through one more time just to confirm which is the best, tell you which one I like the most. Then I'll hopefully guess which is which. Like I said, it doesn't mean just because the 21 is the most expensive, it's going to be the one I like the most, and the 9-year-old being the cheapest, the one I like the least. So all Knob Creek. So I would hope the flavor profile, at least on the nose, is similar with maybe some nuances with the amount of age in the oak. So maybe the sugars are going to be a little darker. The fruits, no, Knob Creek doesn't really throw too much fruits up, but the fruits might be a little more developed, and then we'll see, you know, with that Knob Creek nuttiness and stuff like that. So first, we're just going to go through real quick and do a quick nose, and then taste. My left to right, camera right to left. So on the red, got a little bit of fruits, some nice sugars. All right, let's give it a taste. All right, sugars are light, but you're picking up a little bit of oak. Really no fruits. They're vanillas. A little bit of spice. Let's go in the green. Correction, go in the gold. So on the gold, it's much nicer nose. Sugars seem a little darker. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that one has a much more fuller mouthfeel. Definitely, this one definitely has a little more oak. Fruits are almost a little leaning towards citrus. Sugars seem a little darker. Has again, all these being 100 proof, this actually felt like it's drinking around 80, 85, and this feels like it's drinking about 105. I'll just cleanse my palate on that one because that one came in a little hot. Okay, now on the clear. So again, with these, some of these ultra age stated, the 21, a lot of people were worried that the 21 was gonna be too oaky. They said they should have stopped at the 15. I remember when I did my reviews, when it was just a one-on-one bottle. The 18 I did think was a little too oaky. Then when we tried the 21, not comparing against anyone, it actually, the wood seemed a little sweeter, and it actually seemed to make sense. Some nice light sugars, not really too much oak yet. Let's give it a taste. So far this has the thickest mouthfeel. Not a lot of oak, but it's the viscous. It's thicker. It coats your mouth more. The sugars are maybe light brown, a little bit of fruit, nondescript, almost like a fruit cocktail or something like that. It's not. There's no red cherries. It's not like it's a strawberry or anything like that. Almost just like a canned fruit cocktail. Maybe it's like some pear and canned peaches. But clear has the nicest mouthfeel. It coats your tongue the nicest. Next we'll do black. So on this one I'm getting no oak at all. It's some light brown sugars, fruits. Let's give it a taste. Wow. All right. So this one, no wood, no oak. Again, I don't want to start calling out names, but if this is the 21, then we have a problem. Super sweet. The fruits are almost like a citrus. There's a lot of orange, a lot of citrus. Also, like a nice thick mouthfeel, but the sugars are light. I said very sweet, nice thick mouthfeel. Very similar to this of the clear, just with maybe like no oak. It's a little spicy, almost like a little black pepper, and that also feels like it's drinking a little hotter. This actually feels so far as maybe one of the younger ones. Okay, and finally green. Again, similar on all. A little bit of oak. Some light sugars. This one maybe a little honey. Let's give it a taste. Okay, so now we're back to that thinner mouthfeel. You're picking up a little wood here. Sugars are nice, so maybe light brown. A little bit of almost smoke in this one. Some vanillas. You know, it's funny. The two that I almost got the least amount of like the oak, like the heavy, like, you know, okay, maybe these are the higher age ones, had the thickest mouthfeel, meaning clear and black. But we're gonna go back and see. The few that I thought maybe you taste a little more oak, or a little more development, a little more darker sugars, actually had the thinnest mouthfeel. Let's cleanse the palate, and we're gonna go back now, my right to left, and start ranking them. On the green. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, it's nice mouthfeel. The sugars are a little darker. When I say nice mouthfeel, because of the development of the flavors, not because of viscosity. This, like I said on the way down, this one is a little on the thin side. It's drinking very nice. For that thin mouthfeel, the finish isn't that bad, medium. You taste the wood, you taste the fruits, maybe a little, you know, some light red fruits. Plenty of vanilla. Sugars are a little dark. Overall, that's not so bad. We'll leave that one right in the middle as our beginning, and then move these other ones forward and back. Next, we're gonna do black. Okay, so this one's gonna be a tough one. Super thick on the mouth, super viscous, tons of honey, tons of orange, citrus. Sugars stay light, some vanilla, some cinnamons. So now this goes up to my flavor profile. Now, what do I like? Do I like that thicker, lighter, sweeter, or do I like the more developed oak? So on this particular one, I'm actually liking the black a little more. To me, I mean, we'll see when I guess which one is which, but I'm almost guessing this might be one of the younger ones, at least compared to the green. And clear? Okay, so I'm going to take it back. When I said earlier about the clear had a thick mouth, it doesn't. It's thin. It's plenty of oak. Actually, some smoke. Sugars are nice. It's thin mouthfeel. I'm just going to go against the green again because. All right, so I'm actually going to put this. so far I have the black, but trust me, when I come back down again, I'm probably going to move this around because the second time around, when I come back to it, it's just going to be sweet and whatever. It's not going to hold up. I'm going to put the clear over the green for now. The much more developed flavor, even though it's thin, but it's just thin as the green. Much more developed flavors. The oak is nice, sweeter, a little bit of smoke. I like that a lot over the green. Okay, now we go gold. Okay, gold's a little interesting. Not as thin as green, a little thicker, picking up some oak, also maybe a little smoke. Sugars are a little on the dark side. Some vanillas and cinnamon. Where am I putting that? Let's just go against the clear. For now, I'm going to put this like this. Again, this next way around, we're gonna be moving stuff around again. This is not the way it's gonna stay. But I both should have put a lot of pepper on the finish. Whew. A lot of pepper. Okay, and finally the red. Also very nice. A little on the thin side. Taste the oak. A little bit of smoke. Almost even a little bit of leather. Sugars are dark. I'm going to compare this more to the green. But I'm going to put that ahead of the green. So not counting black yet, just keeping black out of the thing, because again, I'm almost positive black is the youngest, and it just, that sweetness was nice, but when I go back through it, trust me, I'm not gonna like it. So excuse for the clanking of the glass. Actually, so for now, again, I had black up front, we'll leave black, but trust me, when we make our way through, it's gonna work its way back. Let's just cleanse the palate. So as of now, we got black, no oak, super sweet. Again, it doesn't belong here, but that's where I put it, so for now I'll leave it. Clear, gold, red, green. The mouthfeel on the red and green, very thin. You're tasting the development, you're tasting the flavor. Let me go through again and let me see which one I like the most or which one I like the least, and then I'll start guessing it and I'll explain a little better. Okay, so usually I would start at the bottom and work my way up. I'm actually just going to want to start with black again and compare it against all the other ones, because like I said, I'm almost thinking black might be the youngest. There's no oak, it's just tons of sugars, and just that first through and the second through, it was just, oh, it was nice, but flavor profile, yes, but nothing as a developed bourbon drinker you would reach for. So I'm gonna, like I said, usually I would start at my bottom and work my way up. I just want to figure where black's going in all this. So I'm gonna start actually with black and then work my way up right to left. Okay, so black. Yeah, so again, black is nice. Sugars are light, nice mouthfeel. Vanilla, fruits, light. I guess maybe like a fruit cocktail or something like that. I'm just gonna leave this up here for now. I'm just afraid some of the more developed flavors are gonna step on that. This is like a nice everyday sipper. This is something maybe if you wanted to compare it to something like a I don't want to say an Eagle Rare, maybe like the Bauman single barrel or something like that, which I reviewed in an earlier video. Go check that one out. Put that up against a couple of Eagle Rares, see how that one did. Again, just some light sugars, light fruits, super enjoyable. So let's start with green. We'll work our way back up, and then we'll figure where black's fitting in all this. So on the green, so I'm liking this a lot. Actually, you know what? The oak, I don't know if it's just because I'm coming off of a couple of these other ones that were oak dominant. I'm actually having a hard time picking up some oak now. Nice, light fruits. Sugars are light, maybe leaning to light brown sugar, some vanillas and stuff like that. I'm gonna put that up. That's almost comparable to black, just with a thinner mouthfeel. Maybe that thinner mouthfeel on the black is saving it. Okay, now we're going red. Okay, so red is also very nice. Also super thin mouthfeel. This is almost like green with some oak. So now the question is that oak helping or hurting it? So that's a tough one. If you caught me earlier in the day, I might tell you green, but it's a little later in the evening and I want to sip on a bourbon and enjoy it. So the red is just above it when I say ever so slightly. I mean, we're talking decimal points here. Let's cleanse the palate and we're going to go on the gold. All right, so now on the gold. Okay, the oak is there, sugars are there, sweetness is there. The oak is nice and sweet. This is gonna, it's keeping black out of the way. I'm gonna put the gold up front. Slightly thin on the mouthfeel. The oak is super sweet. It's there and it's enjoyable. It complements it. It's not and then oak. It complements it and it's very nice. We're gonna leave gold up front. Let's go to the clear. So again, clear's it's a little on the thin side. You're tasting the oak. You're tasting this. Actually has a lot of smoke. Just get a sip there. The question is, where's the clear gonna go against the red and green? And then we have to figure where black's going in. So first, let me go back to clear, then red. Okay, and then red. Okay, so red is gonna be ahead of green, of clear. So here, let's start putting these in line. Just take a sip, and then I'm gonna go the green against the clear. Okay. So now, clear then green. Now green. This one's a toss-up, but I just something about the green I like a little more. It's just a matter of now this black. Black is all about the black. So it's again, black is the outlier. I think it's the youngest. There's no oak, there's no development. So it's what kind of mood are you in? You know, if it's earlier and you're just kind of sipping on a bourbon and you don't want to think about it, whatever. This is it. If you want to sit down, it's the end of the evening, it's later in the day, you want to enjoy a bourbon, you want to think about what you're drinking and enjoy some stuff. It's not black. Again, I'm not here starting to guess which is which, yes, but I'm guessing black might be maybe the 9. It's just, like I said, it's so light, it's so sweet. There's no oak, there's no developed flavors, but it's so damn enjoyable. So we're gonna go again. Yeah, so again, tonight or this evening, I know I had it at the top of the list, but I almost have to put it at the bottom. Again, it's light sugars, it's candy, it's like I said, if I was in the mood just to sip a sweet bourbon and not think about it, black would be at the top of the list. If it's the evening and I'm sipping on a bourbon and want to enjoy it and think about what I'm drinking, it's at the bottom of the list. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to keep the black at the bottom. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear my palate. Oh, correct. So let's go. So what do I like the most? So I like gold, red, green, clear, then black. Back so on camera. Let me just cleanse the palate. I'm going to go through one more time. Now this is what I like. This is what I would prefer to drink: gold, red, green, clear, black. Going to cleanse the palate, and then I'm going to just guess with the oak and the age and the balance and the tannics and the bitterness, and remembering from the 21 and the 18 which is which, and let me try to make a total fool out of myself and guess which is which, and hopefully the black isn't the 21 and hopefully the gold isn't the 9 year after I've been spending the last 10 minutes telling you which is which. Okay, so let's try to guess which is which. So like I said before, no oak, no smoke, no nothing. I'm gonna have to guess the black is the 9-year. There's just super sweet, super light fruits, all that kind of stuff. Clear? Plenty of oak, but not an enjoyable oak. That one's out for a thing. Let me go to the green first. It's nice amount of oak. The flavors are a little more citrusy. So I'm not going to guess it's the big guns. I'm not going to guess it's the 18 or 21. So for now, it's either the 12 or the 15. So this for sure I think is the 9. This is either the 12 or the 15. This I'm on the fence about. Let's just do a thing and we'll go for the last two and then I'll try to figure it out. Okay, so red. Okay, so red. You have a little bit of oak. Super sweet, super light. I'm gonna tell you this is the 12. I guess that's the 15. I'm gonna say that's the 18. That's the 9. Let's figure out gold first, and we'll figure this all out. Yeah. All right. So, excuse me. So, like I said, so this is blinded. When I edit it after we're all done and we'll know which is which, I'll put it in the videos and we'll see what's what. So I'm going to say this is the 9. Let's just start putting stuff behind here just so we can see. Hopefully it'll stay in frame. So I think black is the 9. Making all these noises. I think gold is the 21, just because if I remember, the 21 had tons of oak but was super sweet. Let's see, green. Let's see, green is the 15. Let's go back to this red again. So the red, I'm gonna say it's not crazy with oak. Tons of bright sugars, red fruit. So I'm gonna say red is 12, and then I'm gonna guess. Just 18 was not one of my favorites. So it makes sense it ranked kind of down here. Again, this black being the outlier. Almost, maybe we shouldn't even put the 9 in there. So this is what I'm guessing. So I'm going to say black is the 9. 18 is the clear. Drying, tannic, super thin, super disappointing. If from my reviews, again, this could be the 21 or the 12, who knows. 15 I'm going to say is the green. 12 is the red, and 21 is the gold. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so first, so black I'm guessing is the 9-year, and black is the 9-year. Because there was no oak, super sweet. You tasted the age, not in a bad way, just not when you're comparing it against these big guns. Next was the clear. I guess the 18, if I remember the 18 when I tasted it, super dry, super tannic, not a lot of flavor, but I could be wrong. Oh, guess 18. Perfect. All right, so we're 2 for 2. Let's see where we're at. Okay. The green, I guess, as the 15. If I remember, the 15 had that weird balance between oak and sweetness and all that stuff. It's the 15 confused me a lot. If I remember, it was the hardest out of all of them to recognize. So it was more like a default. And oh, sure enough, green is the 15. All right. Maybe I should become a Jim Beam aficionado. All right, so here's the last 2. So let's see if I can tank this one. So I guess the red as 12. So, and the red is, I'll let you see before I see. The red is 12, not 21, it's a 12. Which makes the gold the 21. So, see that? All right, so I didn't do too bad for Jim Beam. So again, the black, the 9-year, the youngest, no oak, no development, super sweet, super nice, super enjoyable, super easy sipper. Give me this any day of the week, I'd be happy. 18, if I remember, check out my old reviews. I wasn't happy with it. I back at the time, I think I said you should have stopped at 15 because the 18 was so disappointing, so tannic, so whatever. The 15, kind of in the middle, wasn't bad, wasn't whatever. The 12, a lot of people say superstars. I mean, they have I think they have like 12-year barrel picks. I don't know if they're coming out with them this year or something like this at like 120 proof. Everybody's talking about them. And 21 is the star of the show today. from that 18, which was so disappointing, to the 21, that oak, that wood, that everything turned so sweet and so nice and so subtle and so developed and so everything. Knob Creek redeemed themselves after their disaster with the 18 year. So this is my lineup. This was my taste preference. This was my taste profile. You see, I mean, it just happened to be the most expensive bottle was number one. The 12 year should be somewhere around here, but it's just taste profile. So don't sleep on that 12 year. 12 year is not a bad bottle. It's got some good flavor, and at 100 proof, it holds its own. That oak is nice enough, and the cherries and the fruits hold up and taste a lot better than some of its older brothers. So let's, as always, let's finish it out with the winner. Let's finish it out with the gold, which is the 21-year-old. As always, cheers to the chase.